the SC with football, mo they see Stratre and they could see Elmina. Near Stuttgart, Dixon chair, and a ready statement on the floor of Parliament, and this are a Kumoy by Meboa. Okay. But and then we say a lot of people are and Caribbean sports senior football economy many in the class parliamentarians and no more Kebia but say the Bayama football no hooliganism baba from the football na naso. Is it that when you concern when am I concerned be a wunti and I say mo dream sports mo dream football when be na mo nya kunyanka hu binti the end to wasem.
But now say the average Ghanaian are very passionate about football. I think that one a fact. We share your demographics now, whether young, middle age, or relatively like older people, will be passionate about football. You know, be do chance ansana ye de akuma na say ye do area football. We are passionate about football, and everybody is concerned. On the side, I mean, say, on the side of Parliament, on the corridors of Parliament, any say ye involved in football. No, I want Parliament. You know, maybe most of these people who contributed on the statements, Stuttgart statements. You know, I mean, we talk on the side about the football no call. Any client be faster you be rescue football no. And I don't think that it's just because of you see war in Stratre any Elmina Ninti and I who say for Kasa said your Mokasa. Even before that, people have been concerned about the nature of our league. Any the way and go for losing interest or league no more. And the national teams, the under 17, under 20, under 23 they are virtually non-existent. Any Black Stars are interim qualify and go AFCON in a group containing Niger, Sudan, and the account. The concerns are there, but then on the floor, no. So if the issue is not on the floor, you can't discuss it. Indeed, you have Stuttgart near better than us. Say and run or to me, these are issues. What me a statement. If you say personally, I had prepared a statement that means na media must speak about because of other business on the floor in Jinona, Stuttgart. And unfortunately, I was not in the chamber at the time I was a statement, but maybe assets and maybe and so Nipa more contributed to the statement,
I have expressed this morning in my editorial my disappointment in parliamentarians. In some say Basia, you show a lot of emotions and all that, but you don't walk the talk. I would maybe you was in change for say me there were here Edubiase, new Edubiase football club, and a relationship with them even before you became a parliamentarian. 2 days in change. And so I pack in our club in our Edubiase to be US in change. But your parliamentarians they don't care about our sport, especially our football in our local league. To the point that a parliamentarian can use Maguire as an example on the floor of Parliament, it becomes international news for even the player to respond. Our parliamentarians will travel to the UK to watch games in their stadium, take videos and pictures, and not even support the clubs in their locality, in their constituency. So it looks like we play lip service to the issues when it comes. And the Ghana for Kabinti, Musmu Kebi. But when it comes to helping improve and develop the sport, you are nowhere to be found.
Well, I'm not here to hold brief for million parliamentarians, but then we issues now we raise, you are partly right, but not entirely right because parliamentarians there, say we speak for the people of this country and we represent the people of Ghana.
Yeah.
And their platform, there were a few things I bet maybe a platform tonight. Back on, and it's will be with this statement. And you've seen me read countless number of statements in the last parliament about sports. Most of the statements I made on the floor of parliament were about your football, the Black Stars, your league, your can't want some betting as some as good in sense me. They can't want them on the floor. Black Stars qualification to the World Cup. Any day, you can't want them. Other issues to say Black Stars performance. If anything, AFCON. The last time it was referred to the committee on sports. Emma said they had a hearing, and again, Black Stars performance. Save Ghana football petition. Again, it was referred to the to the committee. Emma, fortunately, I was part of the committee, and I had the opportunity to ask a lot of pertinent questions. Many questions are, I had the opportunity to ask all these questions. But yes, when we read the issues on your friend is saying on the floor, not yet the report about Parliament doesn't implement your friend is saying, and your policy implementing institution. But also, Parliament can only do so much. When we spoke about it, Parliament is a very big platform. When we speak, people listen, people pay attention. So we are able to bring awareness to the issues. The next step, and it's the executive arm of government, led by the Ministry of Youth and Ministry of Sports, taking it up. Now, some of the recommendations, some of the things we've said, now we're collaborating with stakeholders, now we're trying some mobile implementation. So yes, you are right. So maybe we don't show so much passion in following up with the FNS and some of the things we talk about on the floor outside the chamber. But then we can only do so much as far as members of parliament are concerned. I don't know if I'm making sense with what I'm saying now, but then we can only do so much as far as we are concerned. But I can say that probably the last parliament, any of the area would be one of the parliaments, and I said some of the parliaments sports issues about sports, your football, about our parliament. And the America say you are partly right, and they say I think it was 2002. After it was referred to the committee report. I think it was admitted on the floor, but the BNU through mobile. So what happens? They say the report in the back when we take up the issue. Now say the BNU say World Cup the big boom, World Cup qualification. As soon as we qualify for the World Cup, we will be able to figure out committee. Investigate as and I say consider some issues.
You are referring to the 2021 AFCON in Cameroon, right?
Okay.
You refer to 2021 AFCON in Cameroon.
2021 AFCON in Cameroon. Okay, I say after AFCON, will be a statement.
Yeah.
And then the statement was referred to the committee. Emma, like I said, they are you
appear before the committee. Yes.
Stakeholders appear before the committee. Now, none of the America say discussions on that report. Any the possible implementation of that report was because we subsequent to that you qualified to the World Cup. So what I say, the discussions on that, and I think that has been our behavior. We don't tackle issues like holistically, and because of the so much attention on the Black Stars. Once the Black Stars are seemingly doing anything well, then you really see other issues for home. And I said the fundamental issues are I want to address it. Now Black Stars now go to be any sustained performance, or you can be sustaining the performance of the Black Stars. So yes, you are right, because we don't follow up, we don't do a thorough job, even when we refer issues to committees, not a report and about. We don't really follow up with the implementation, and we leave it once we got some, if anything, success. we seem to have some success.
Yeah.
Okay, after all, the Black Stars are performing. Only for them to come back to the reasons in here, refer issues, to the and I say those issues never up in the first place. So yes, maybe we can do better in following up and making being persistent on the floor about the issues of anything, football, any sports. But then for parliamentarians, I think maybe you will come to the report on say Ghana football.
I'm coming there.
Yes, but I don't know. I remember it was close to the elections.
Yeah.
You prepare report on near research. Back. I remember that, and unfortunately, the chairman of the committee at that time, was not coming back to Parliament. In the last days of Parliament, you try. I said, lay report. I think it was late, but we couldn't take it. And into our report but the report is there. And unfortunately, again, sports committee, your committees in the committees now up in here. And I'm sure say in the coming weeks, the sports committee will be constituted, and then if I'm still there, I will be sure to remind the chairman of the committee that there's a report pending. Whether we go back to have another hearing or a new hearing altogether with the stakeholders, and I say if there's a way I need to admit a report as it is now. Now you're taking a report on Nanka now the affair say let me address some of these issues that come up even after those committee hearings with the stakeholders Nanka incorporating us in debate.
There goes my problem with parliamentarians again, reaffirmed by you. And the two committees are more setting up, are more some reports and Kusiaga, the Cameroon one and the recent one are more because of elections, the lifespan of the 8th Parliament in AWE, and they went and lame reporting on the floor of Parliament. It goes to.
It was late, but we couldn't take it.
Take it. It goes to confirm what I was talking about this morning about the lack of seriousness, for lack of a better word, lack of aggression, seriousness, even for committee in charge of youth, sports and culture. That in 2 years, of course, Master Committee report, and people are adopted on the floor of the House, life of Parliament in EU, a new life of Parliament floor and Abbey. So we are right to say, as we play lip service to sports in a do.
Well, but haven't we paid lip service to a lot of things in this country?
True.
And yes. So what I'm saying is that I agree with you. I think that we should show more aggression. We should be more aggressive about football. But Benya, some of these friends is saying the other question we need to ask is say Parliament they propose ideas, and as a Parliament the recommendations about issues back, whether it's in sports or foreign affairs or education and or any other about any other institution. You don't just talk some of these policies into existence.
Yeah, true.
It will take investment. So what I say. And on that part, what I'm trying to let you understand is and on that side, it's not the responsibility of a Parliament. So yes, maybe we are not showing the aggression that is needed, and I said we are not being aggressive enough in making sure we see some of these committee issues that you raising, and some of these recommendations that you're making in our report into existence. But it goes beyond that. So because the ministry is responsible. The ministry, together with the stakeholders, any agencies are here under ministry, the Sports Council, when they talk about football in the GFE, or more, and there was a parliament, it is the decisions are. That's what we making recommendations are. Or more implementing those recommendations. So yes, it's not just parliament. Parliament could have a fair share of the blame. But then the larger picture is that how much is the government willing to invest in football so that when recommendations are made, the government takes it on board, the ministry takes it on board, resources are made available to the ministry to make sure, say, the recommendations are here. Because if I show you, sending me statement that may person on the anything on issues, abe pole any violence where football you will see it comes with recommendations. And recommendations, you don't just speak them into existence. It will take investment in football. And or maybe as a person, how serious or maybe about the footballer. The number one measuring rod, how much of the GDP of that country and they are committed to that sector.
Sure.
So what you say.
Sure.
And Ubagana,
education,
one of the least funded it's one of the least funded ministries in government.
Sure.
In this country. So those are the questions. The bigger question, about how willing and how much are we willing to commit? How much of our GDP are we willing to commit to your friend is saying to sports? That's the bigger question.
True.
I don't think it's about ideas. Ideas in the we have a lot of your friends. We have the committee reports. If we had taken that seriously and had implemented some of the things some of the recommendations make sure that some of these issues will not have come up. And I say, within violence where you give Mukurana, it will not be to this extent. It will not be as pervasive as it is right now. So, how much are we willing to spend? You understand, to implement some of these recommendations. So that's why maybe Parliament is very reluctant, because we have talked about violence. We have talked about the poor nature of our playing fields. We have talked about why people are not interested in football in Ghana. We have talked about the management of the game. We've talked about coaches who call parliamentary hands at more. All these issues have been talked about. So, but how much are we willing to commit to the implementation of these things? These are the questions, and also so you should go back beyond Parliament and ask the questions about government, central government, and I say the executive branch of government. Your friend is a sports ministry in the world. How much are they committed to? Your friend, how much is government or the finance minister willing to commit budget year? How much are you willing to commit to the your friend is saying to help your friend is saying advance the fortunes of our sports? That's the biggest question. So Benya, yes, you are right, but Parliament can only do so much. Parliament, we can bring the issues to the fore. We can issues ABR. Say more discuss it or radio no so and I say ordinary Ghanaian discuss here in traction. Say about Parliament, we can give it that traction. So that's it.
Yeah.
But that's how far we could go. But I agree, we need to be more aggressive. We need to talk about it more. But the bottom line is that you cannot just speak recommendations and then they work. You take money. To say, we talked about ambulances. We talked about policemen. Our mobile stadium. Policemen, our mobile stadium. No. Apart from so, we compromise. Now, we are interested parties in the game. Now, they are not there to provide security. They are there to support one team. So, apart from say, we are compromise. Training then or more. Do they have specialized training for crowd control in football games? So you are talking about stewards, introducing the concept of stewards games. The question is, how much would that cost us every Sunday in our various match centers? Does the GFA have the money to fund it? And if the answer is no, is the government willing
to support them?
To support the GFA to employ the services of stewards? So what I say, security men or mobile, and I make us say, or interested parties. Most of them, when they come to the stadium, they are interested parties because I've seen it, I've witnessed it, and I know what I'm talking about. apart from that, no musa. Because say uko stadium ebi nipa be me fan say 3,000 and wo hono me e ba na the policeman be 9 and 8 and aba be gu hono mo. So BBC, what do you think the policemen, do you think they will be able to control the crowd? A crowd of 2,000. It's impossible. But we all know, so it's unfortunate, and we have had to discuss this because we'll be losing a life. But the issue, it goes beyond security, it goes beyond referees, it goes beyond, if anything, pitches. The league itself is a fraud.
League is fraud.
The league is fraud from beginning to end. A fraud. The matches, apart from saying 60 matches, it's either matches, is either the referee is compromised or the matches are fixed. So referees come to the game with the results in their hands. Teams, sometimes when they agree, they come to the matches with knowing the results. So the league is a fraud. And yes, I compounded with your friend say facilities are any appropriate to even play your friend say coach football. So the whole system is problematic.
Yeah.
And it's also a young stewards. Young stewards from that stadium now. Stewards no be answer baby I stewards no. Stadium na stewards no yet man. Ebi emu na what they your friend is saying wodi omoba be adwuma sa stadium ni bi na wodi omoba abeye adwuma wo mu e wo Ghana hanom ana. So the stadium themselves are not fit for purpose. So me proposal and recommendations the statement na nka me beye your friend is saying Stuttgart it take he went out of midfield no was to say look, before we have another casualty, let's stop the league, let's halt the league.
Honorable, and we can hear your boy if you stop the league, we can hear your boy if you come next to the league. I say,
well, your boy say engineer, I'm here as a recommendation. I don't have the benefit of Stuttgart recommendations. Oh yeah, but one of my recommendations would have been say, I was say your Porcelain league, because you will be a friend of moral hazard. On says will be a BB. Now say where one suffer consequences, and I say I'm punishing
yeah,
and emboldening other people, and I say the perform from one also for yes I did because what should be a course to Elmina just 2 weeks ago, and I say a week before that, we were talking about violence in football. I leave it to be made there. Then people are bold enough to repeat the same thing at the league center, at the food level, like police if money will be. What do you think is going on? Do you think that next week, if it has a way, it be sensible man?
I bet you see.
And that's why, because League Nankasano is not bringing us any benefit. Club administrators, the last time I was in a Ghana club, a Ghanaian Premier League club, a town player, Eddie Afo, a friend is saying, Eddie Ama foreign club will be, Dabe.
Is it a loan on a place, Nico? Kakraba,
no, Azerbaijan, no, any other. And the clubs are reeling. So in the first place, I don't see the benefit of having this league, except for your friend is saying formality purposes. So say both because we need to have a league to qualify to be an association, and I say that's the only reason perhaps the airborne league, So any or more side benefit, benefited from this system. If you're more interested in any airborne league, Other than that, I don't see why we should be playing. We should be worrying ourselves about a league. And maybe another proposal and say we should pause it, do introspection, restructure the whole league from your league, to national teams. Then restructure the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The Ministry of Sports should take keen interest, especially in our national teams. Now, restructure your system, Then let's pick your friend is saying our battles in football. Let's pick our battles. If we think say maybe a blasters medroom limit, maybe a blasters, we end the let's your friend is saying shift our focus to your friend is saying grassroots football. Now other junior national teams, So because the way the blasters is going and just sustainable. Look, you cannot win with your friend is saying play the current crop of players your way, and this is not to slight any player. But the timer, your glory days, you can check where the players came from. Makelese, Suleiman Tarimo, your friend is saying, you can check where they came from. So you cannot win with the way your current blasters, are structured. The way you're running your friend is your national teams. We should forget it if we cannot revive your junior, your friend is saying national teams, and in the way the blasters players, your line of blasters players we have Ghana for winning Ghana for winning passion Ghana for and what the blasters. We cannot win without that. So whatever we are doing right now is just your friend is saying over the issues. Now because we have to be part of that situation.
Last committee on sports and culture now opposition here.
But I'll say
last committee on sports and culture or parliament now opposition here on committee so.
I'm a member.
We're a member, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know we are stakeholder. We the JM a flash opportunity a deputy of sports. We are no any we assembly anything. We unfortunately, your friend is a President Mahama decided to sports. There will be no deputy minister for sports. Oh, that's so high.
Kofi Adams is capable. He can handle it. He can handle it by himself.
Who said Honorable Kofi Adams? The citizen who is also an outsider. Is a who ni pebi ho easy. Oh, na ko channel lu person now channel. Mafia tactics ni na said ye ka hooliganism. We are direct victim because Doma yabo. Across person yabo da.
Doma across person yabo me. Aye.
Me kai Doma de papa ba say dey ndra no.
Aye, me brother you won no. Wo so shefu gu na wo say on ekuta duro no.
The good room the Kenya wa we dey can say o sister ko yen sister one my name why.
Yes, sir, President Mohammed, but sister there. Yes, sir, Honorable Kofi Adams support that with here. They should be able to, your friend says, handle a game. Expertise in the So I will say, your friend is saying committee here. Some of the committee hearings, especially with the technocrats with the various ministries, and Kebeya public. Now can go through the kind of talent I work in our various ministries. The problem is the funding. Problem is the funding.
True.
Because when you say you cannot talk solutions into existence. You cannot say you will need funding for that. That's the biggest problem. So Kofi Adam, the biggest headache, of course,
finding the money,
the resources. Ultimately, I support, but himself was a very dynamic person. Millennium for more is ready to open his friend is saying, to embrace the private sector. Now, because the economy now and also another issue. It will be difficult for government to go out of its way to provide the FNSA, the sort of resources that are here to support the game or any sports in general. But we are sure that he will find the FNSA diverse ways to make sure that we can receive the necessary funds that they are support. So at least, you see about the anyhow.
Debbie.
By the end of football, yes, sports, the bar has been broken and taken away. Nti kakra bi obetumi ayɛ de restructure the game no na yatoa so subsequently no it will help.
Honorable Makai ye Sena Radio Days Makai me know ni asempa ye Sena Radio Days Makai pa. Honorable we dey be say pa for your time you be din komo we chiro you be din komo
ma say we invite me to you sir Babana ye din komo
also bad because say game blasters no otoado e be has on konzo no ti ho Minister Kwasi only quite so appointed or something will be come be horse here deeper come be power and I pay the face here na wase
that's it.
Honorable Adams Abdul-Salam MP New Edubiase na mo ti say enu kasa no